Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. I'm here with my co-hosts, plural. Really, more than even you guys. We got dogs and cats.
I'm sure the cats are behind us somewhere.
Crazy house. I left the door open in case Jorah wants to make an
appearance.
appearance.
It is a crazy house. I've been sick for a few couple of days.
We had margaritas.
Yeah.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. So, I've been sick, so I haven't been able to clean the house properly, and therefore a madhouse. And then we had a whole box of stuff that we had to bring back from the 5K, which is why we're doing this.
That's what we wanted to do, kind of like an impromptu sort of. And you know what? People tell me all the time. They're like, every time you're on the podcast. By the way, speaking to the mic.
Sorry.
Every time you're on the podcast, people say you should have her on more often.
Oh yeah, you guys like me. Okay.
You're more. I think you're more tolerable.
Than you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, any day.
I think that happens. So today was our 5K, Ordinary 5K, the last day of the Ordinary Marathon, which is why we're celebrating.
Yeah. Cinco de Mayo. We did this on purpose. So we can all party at the end.
This turned out, and today turned out great. It really did. It was raining. We were really nervous that no one was going to show up, that it was just going to be the three of us.
Yeah. But no, we had a handful of people. Yeah,
20 people show up, which was more than we thought. I don't know. Just the rain, I thought no one would go.
Yeah, we had two people that were supposed to run today that didn't come.
More than that. We had
two people that I know of, at least.
And we had a lot of people that were maybes that never really signed up and said they would possibly go on race day, and then I get it. You wake up, you roll over, it's overcast, the ground's all wet, it's raining a little bit, you don't want to go.
And I think some of those people meant to bring their kids, and I don't think anyone would have their kids suffer through that rain.
And the rain wasn't bad.
Oh no, it wasn't.
It was just a drizzle, but it's just I get it. And I think it was a good experience for us. The people at Fleet Feet, incredible job.
Yeah,
Tim
agreed.
and Jill and Kat Morrissey, who's been on the show, incredible job. I'm trying to drag Tim in to get him on the podcast one day.
I hope he does it. It'll be fun.
We'll see. We'll see if we can get him involved.
Yeah, but I mean, we showed up this morning, and we set up. We had our friends from Ascension Multisport come out.
Nick and Sarah came, and Laura. They set up a table.
Yeah, for us. Look, we didn't even have to do much. Really... And Fleet Feet set up a whole start tent and finish tent.
They had a big arch, like a big blow-up arch.
Yeah.
And they had a big clock, like the clock. Clock, it looked really professional.
Yeah, so hopefully next year we're going to have better luck with more people.
Yeah, we got to do some more work next year.
I think we're going to start early. I think you've mentioned it on the podcast.
We're going to start early, and I think it's just... We have to work more on this. We do say it all the time. It's like we have lives. We have
and
with the sock over here.
And I feel kind of bad.
That's right, you.
Because Scott's been doing a lot of the work since I've been working and really tough days at work lately.
You're also a new mom and lots going on.
And we got this little critter here.
It's hard, but we want to get more people involved next year. We did. We're over $1,000 for the Sam Fund.
Yeah.
Very happy about that, and we're gonna head out and meet with Samantha Watson, hopefully soon.
Give her a check.
Hand over the money.
Cash and check.
Yeah,
whatever we have.
It was, all in all, really good. And today, I tell you, the people that showed up that we didn't know, that had just seen that there was going to be a 5K, and they showed up rain, I think they had a good time.
I think so, too. And I found it great. I found it to be a great experience, except for...
You don't have to do this.
No, I have to. I have to do it. So it was me and Ellie and one of my friend's friends who decided to walk.
She's our friend. She counts as our friend.
Yeah, I guess, right. And she's really cool.
Mary Jo.
We walked it with Ellie, and so her and I are chatting away, and we wanted to kind of get off the street, so we kind of crossed the street over to the sidewalk. And somewhere along the line, we missed the sign to make us go left or right. I don't even remember because I missed it. And at some point, I started feeling a little insecure about where we were. Yeah. And I was like, well, we passed the Marine Corps flag that was in one of the houses, and I remember that from the last 5K I ran.
Oh, okay. So
and so I was like, okay, so I think we're still in the route, and so I kept being hopeful. But then we went up this like really steep hill, and the road kind of bent, and there was a car coming, and I said to myself, I don't remember this. This hill is something I would have remembered. And so I started feeling a little insecure about where we went. And then, of course, it was confirmed when we came to this roundabout, and I didn't see any signs, because you would figure
at the roundabout
there
has to be a sign.
And then I knew that we were lost.
And I tell you, it's not like a big area, so you can't get super lost back there, but the roads are all circular, and there's dead ends, and so if you're stuck back there, you can be stuck back there for quite some time. You'll get out eventually. It's just, you know.
I mean, you
don't want to be stuck on your feet.
We weren't lost because we had full charge phones, and I asked Google Guide for help on how to get out, which turns out we were right there. But my point is we got lost, and we finished the race, but we didn't do the mileage. So it was a 5K, 3.1, and I'll confirm right now what we did, because I did do my Runtastic. So basically, we cut the course. Not on purpose, though. We got lost. So I want to know, what do we do in a situation like this?
Nothing.
No, we have to do something, right? Because...
No.
It's timed. It's marked. Doesn't that go on a website or something?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so I can't claim that I did a 40-minute... Is it 40 minutes?
Well, you were pushing a stroller, too. It wasn't like...
Either way, we didn't do the mileage, though. Whether I was
first
pushing
5K becomes a 4K.
I guess.
Well, I think, and because there was less people
Today,
there.
2.57. 2.57.
That's what it said?
Yeah, see.
So did you actually have to start that? Where was that from? Or is that just all total?
That was Runtastic today.
Oh, okay.
2.5.
Yeah, I forgot. I got to tell you, I forgot to start my Garmin, and I didn't realize till like half a mile in. I ran with my GoPro to see how it would come out. I haven't checked the footage yet. Yeah, there was only 2 guys running it, so I kind of felt like I didn't want to win the prize for my own race.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to win the prize for our
right.
own
So
race.
right, but I wasn't gonna. And then I wound up talking to the other guy. We wound up running the whole thing together. We
Oh, that's cool.
Pace. And then right at the end, so Laura was behind us about 100 yards, and she yelled out to me because the course markers at the end. I think she got a little confused, but I gotta say, I thought they marked the course well.
Yeah, unless you're chatting away like
That's
me.
probably what it was. You were just chatting away.
And then,
yeah.
And we missed that sign, whatever.
Listen, chit chat. I think that we're all glad that you weren't out there for an hour.
Hey, that's mean. That was first 5K, darn it. Okay. How did you feel? Tell the people. Tell the people how you felt about your first 5K. Say it. What do you think?
Aw.
Huh?
She did good. And then she was in a great mood. We went out for a couple margaritas after.
And everybody got to hold her.
And, I think we need to thank, you already mentioned Nick and Sarah from Ascension Multisport, Tim and Jill from Fleet Feet. Thank all the people that showed up for, running.
Katie Mayo, who came from far away.
Yeah.
And our friend Aura and Laura.
And Laura and
Mary Jo.
Brendan and all the people that we didn't know.
Yeah. Thank you guys
great.
for coming out.
It was, yeah. And I think, we learned a lot from the experience. And I think, the one thing I would have liked to have done, I should have went to one of their 5Ks for somebody else in advance. So I would, but I just feel like I didn't understand like how the setup was, and I didn't know.
I went a couple of weeks back for Team Rubicon.
It was above and beyond what I thought it was going to be. And, we talked about maybe having a band there, and we probably could have done that. I don't know.
In the rain, though, I don't think so.
You know what? We got to make a list of like people we have to get in touch with, because even that I feel like we met a friend of ours at the restaurant. He's like, "Oh, you did a 5K today?" And it's like, "Yeah, dude. Like you're my friend. Why don't you know that we've been planning a 5K for like 6 months?" But that's my fault. You know what I mean? Like I have to do better at that. So we're gonna work on this. I think for next year.
Yeah, we're starting early as of tomorrow.
So.
And I think we're gonna think of some new ideas, and we'll welcome your ideas.
And I really think that everyone had a lot of fun. I think for the 10-day race, I think a lot of people got involved. The people that registered, they really were involved. We raised a lot of money from the Max Mile, and Debbie Early. Be expecting my check soon.
Want to show off your medal, baby? Let's show off your medal.
We're gonna match that check. then we'll take a trip over to the Sam Fund and hand it over. I know. So Nick from Ascension also donated. They made a
They
donation.
gave us an envelope today.
Yeah.
So,
Sealed envelope.
Yeah,
Could be
sealed. We're not taking any money from the sealed envelope.
We're just leaving it sealed.
Yeah, we're leaving it sealed.
Could be $1, which would be great. $1 is good too.
You know what? They've done so much.
They honestly they did. For them to come out and really they helped us. They were going to help us register people, but the people at Fleet Feet did that themselves. They set up a table with a whole bunch of giveaway stuff, and we tired.
Oh, yeah, the allergies, the whatever sinus thing is coming back. I thought I got rid of it this morning, but apparently I need some.
But it all worked out really well. So I mean, look, we woke up this morning, went and did our 5K. We had a really good time at the restaurant, and now we are about 6.5 hours from
Game of Thrones.
Season 8, Episode 4.
I can't wait.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, we can.
I got more to talk about.
Yeah, we can. So I know Scott's been talking about it on the podcast.
I talked about it Monday.
Okay.
So, and I think that's part of my problem is I talked about it on Monday, and it was like fresh.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fresh off my mind.
We rewatched the episodes 2 nights
ago. And then and I gotta say I was more disappointed after watching it the second time than I was the first.
Well, I was extremely disappointed the first time. I know when it finished, I was in tears because one of my favorite characters died.
Yeah, by the way, it's a week after. If you are watching this, and there will be spoilers.
Yeah, so
as a matter of fact, you didn't really ruin it. You didn't ruin it yet, but let's just say if you didn't watch last week's episode for whatever reason, stop listening. I don't, but I think if you're a fan, it's a week. You know what? We've given you a week buffer.
Yeah.
It's it's your own fault at this point.
Anyway.
So your favorite character.
So one of my favorite characters, Jorah Mormont, died, and I was in tears, inconsolable, crying.
Our cat is named after him, by the way.
Yes, but it wasn't us that named him. It was the police department. But anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, so I was crying my eyes out when Jorah died, and then I was really upset in the episode. I felt like the characters could have done better, like Dany and Jon Snow could have done better. But whatever, I came around a little bit after listening to the producers and directors talk about, I came around a little bit more. But the one thing that still bothers me is the fact that Samuel Turley, Jaime Lannister, Brienne Tarth, even Podrick were being attacked by these by the White Walkers, the dead, and, they're still alive. I mean, if you're going to keep the characters alive, you should put them somewhere else where they were fighting with arrows and the dead couldn't get to them, because after the 5th time that you watch them cornered to the wall, or Sam
Sam was
just
laying on the ground, crying
after the 5th time of watching something like that, it's not believable anymore.
Yeah.
And therefore,
there's a literary term for that. It's like, and I can't remember what it is, but it's like they create, either that or don't even put them in that situation where they're ready to die.
Saying. They should put them up in a tower,
or just be dominating the fight. Like, I kind of feel like the way that those fights used to go, like sword fighting, it's like.
By the way, we're putting Sam in fencing. And she's very excited about it.
She's good.
She's very excited about it. Anyway, keep on.
I don't know, I just feel like you can't have... It's almost like that Batman thing. I don't know if you remember the old Batman show, but at the end of the Batman show, the villain would always put him in like an inescapable... an easily escapable situation where he was going to die, and then they would leave and walk out, and he would always escape. So it's like... You're narrowly avoiding death all the time, and it gets so old and just contrived, and it's not. I agree with you. My problem with the episode, and I definitely have a problem with Arya killing.
No, why?
Not in her doing it, but in the way that she did it, with all of his 12 guards standing behind him, and her somehow getting her.
I disagree with you.
I have a problem with that, but that's not my main problem. I only really want to talk about the main problem. For me.
No, talk about it.
This is my main problem. The way they set up this fight, they had plenty of time. We saw the map. We saw the whole strategy. The way they set up this fight, they had the Dothraki riders out in front. Mm-hmm. And all right, here's the problem. First of all the riders have steel swords, mm-hmm. which they know are worthless.
No, but I thought they remade the swords.
Well,
to
you think?
be
Well,
dragon glass,
then here's the thing. I think because I think so when Melisandre shows up.
Oh, that's right. She made it into fire because
Right. So that the fire could then because they would
they die out of the fire. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that up until 2 seconds before the battle, before the witch showed up, your plan was to send a third of your forces
without doing any
into
harm.
the darkness.
I agree.
Against an unseen. Meanwhile, you're defending a castle against an unseen enemy. You don't have any idea how many people there are out there. By the way, you have dragons. You could light that up. You could light it up so you could see at least what you're up against. But no, they're waiting. They're keeping the dragons for when the Dragon King shows up. You watching? Yeah.
I think she's agreeing.
Trust me,
with
when
you.
you're 16 or 18, whatever, you can watch this and then you believe Dad. So your plan was to send these guys. Now here's the thing too, and you were a little bit off on this with me too, but you're sending these into the darkness. You can't even see. Potentially they could all die. And you know that the enemy has the power. Whether the Night King is here or there, you have no idea where the Night King is. But if he's there, or even if any of the White Walkers are there, they have the ability to raise the dead. So you're sending a third of your forces with weapons that can't kill the enemy
I agree
out
with
there
you on
into
that.
the darkness, not knowing, and then they're going to all die and then could potentially turn around and fight you.
Yes, no, I agree with that. I agree.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I agree with you.
And
By the way, can I just say how cool it was that the dead
scene
came?
was
They
good.
were like a tsunami of dead. Remember when the
They just-
Dothraki came
yeah.
up and then they're looking up and you're
The
like, why is
filmmaking-
everybody looking up? And I said, because it's a tsunami of dead.
the filmmaking is incredible. The scenery is incredible. It was dark. We tried to watch it actually during the day.
Yeah, the
It
other
was
day
bright
we
in our
said
house,
no.
and we couldn't watch it because it was so dark. We couldn't even see the people. I would say the one thing that we were talking about like people that we watch. I don't know if we mentioned it yet on this, but like we watch these shows that review
YouTube channels.
Yeah, YouTube channels or all these nerds that watch way too much of stuff.
Thank you, nerds.
Thank
I would
you-
be a
thank you,
nerd.
nerds.
I would be a nerd too if I had the time. I just don't have the time.
But here's one thing I haven't seen talked about, and we were just talking about this before. So 2 episodes ago, so Bran Stark is talking to Tyrion, and Tyrion says, "Oh, what's your story?" And he says, "Oh, it's too long to tell."
And then they.
And he says, "All right, well, I have time."
And he grabs the chair.
He grabbed the chair. So the thinking is they're going to have a little chat for a while. Now, a couple of scenes later, Tyrion is with pretty much everybody else, right?
Yeah,
so he's already heard the story.
Jamie Lannister.
So apparently the story wasn't as long as Bran made it seem. So, and he's already told the story. So now he's in with everybody else. This is when Brienne gets
Knighted. Oh my god!
Right?
What
Good
a
scene.
satisfying. Yeah.
And he makes the
satisfying
comment. He says, "Oh, I think that all of us are going to survive," or something like that. He says, "Oh, I think maybe there's a chance that all of us actually survive."
Like if he got an inside.
Right. So now all these people in the room, they survive. Jorah wasn't in that room. Melisandre wasn't in that room.
No, Jorah was not in there.
The people in that room survived. So then, when they start episode 3, the last episode,
Oh, yeah,
they are
gave
wheeling Bran out
they
to
gave each
the
other a
tree,
look.
and they give you and you can kind of the tension. They really do a good job building up the tension. I thought because you kind of get that feeling, right? It's like you ever just like wonder personally, like what would it be like to kind of be in that situation? And I feel like they do a really good job of making you feel like you're gonna die. You get that. You're watching it, but you really feel in the moment, and you really can kind of sense that. Like, oh my God, they must all feel like they're gonna die. And when they wheel him by, they give each other a look like they know something's going on. I have a theory.
What's your theory?
But first, mind you, all the nerds, no one talked about this.
No.
None of the
You
nerds
see,
talked about
we
this.
would be such
We would be good
nerds. We don't have time.
But yeah, it I don't know. So
what's your theory? Tell
my
us.
theory is this. Here's my theory: is that Bran can see the future.
Which
but
we've already discussed with other people.
some people say
friends,
that he can't.
but he
Some
can't.
right.
So,
Charlie
and
says he can.
Okay, I still.
Charlie's.
I honestly thought that he could see the future up to like an episode ago, and it turns
So
out that
here's
he
my
can't.
theory. My theory is this. My theory is that he can see the future, but that the future can always be changed.
Yes, and that's why you said he says almost nothing.
And I think that's why he's so quiet, right? And he doesn't talk. He just sits there. I mean, the guy he knows all that's going on. He doesn't
he
have
doesn't
to.
want to change it.
Right. So by him, it's almost like butterfly effect, right? they always say butterfly
yeah.
flaps his wings in Brazil, it causes
Yeah,
tsunami in Mexico, whatever. But
look it up because we can't explain butterflies.
So I think that so Bran's whole you dropped it. I think that Bran's whole demeanor is that way because he doesn't want to change the future. He sees the future. He knows the Night King's going to die as long as he doesn't screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like for example, if he jumped out of the chair and said, "Hey, man," you know, the Night King could have killed him before Arya had a chance.
Yeah.
And you look at that scene, and he's sitting there, and he's so sure he's about to die.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'll keep talking. He's about to die. The Night King is right there, and he is straight-faced. He doesn't care. It's like he knows, right? So I don't know. I think there's something to that. I think we're gonna learn about that.
I think he knows because he could see. No. He could see the present, so he probably saw Arya kind of coming in.
I mean, who knows? But he knows. I think he knows he's not gonna die. I think he's sitting there. He's like, yeah, something's gonna happen. It's gonna save me. I don't know. So now we're sitting here. We have 3 more episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go to King's Landing
Mm-hmm.
and take care of Cersei, which at this point is kind of almost anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I don't know.
And I have to say, I kind of didn't like, and I agree with you because I know you spoke about this in the podcast, but I agree that they shouldn't have killed the Night King right away. It should have been the last war.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you this though, if you read, so one of George R.R. Martin's influences
Mm-hmm.
is J.R.R. Tolkien, the guy that wrote The Hobbit
Okay.
and Lord of the Rings. Now, if you read those books, they have significant portions after the climax of the story. So there's the climax and there's more to the story at the end. And that never lives up to the climax. So I'm wondering if that influence...
Oh, maybe.
So this is the climax of the show. We're still going to have 3 episodes, and you can kind of see the writing on the wall for what's going to happen. And even, I mean, yeah, there are other things that they could do. And maybe, who knows, maybe there's something grandiose that has been thought of that is going to... And I wouldn't be...
Bran turns into the Night King now?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of...
Yes, that's why
twist.
he touched him. The Night King touched Bran.
See, you're just making shit up now.
Well, I'm just saying. So now the Bran's going to turn into the Night King?
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. They have 3 episodes. It'll be kind of interesting. I don't know. I think that their build-up over the last 7 seasons was interesting, and I love the way that they did it. I think now that they're trying to wind it down...
Kind of like Lost.
It's like they're winding it down. They kind of just...
When it rushed it, like Lost, they rushed it. Like
it's almost like they started with the conclusion, and now they're trying to draw the lines to the conclusion, and it's difficult to do, especially now that they're beyond the books, and so the writer is pretty much, I mean, he can kind of say what he was thinking, but he might not have had a definitive finale to the whole thing anyway to begin with. He just he's writing a story. There's a reason why he hasn't finished those books because he doesn't really know.
Well, he probably knows in his head. He just wants to make it up. Anyway.
So anyway, let's wrap
I loved that Arya killed the Night King. I loved it. And listening to the directors talk about it, and they said that they knew for 3 years that it was Arya. I think it was pretty cool.
And I'm fine with her killing him. I just don't like the way it happened.
No, I love the way it happened.
I just don't. And
that little grin on his face when he grabbed her, like, ha.
I got you.
Yeah, and then.
And that was, you know what? I'm not fine with how did she get by the guards.
That's why they spent 20 minutes of a scene with her in that library, right? That's why they did that on purpose, so that you know that she can fool them.
But she's sneaky. Sneaky is like getting around or getting through. These guys are all out in the open in the courtyard, right? And she has to jump over like 15 guys in order.
She did it.
I'm not buying it.
I'm buying it.
Not buying it.
I'm buying it. I buy it.
I like that she killed him. I like that she was the one. I don't mind that. I think that's a little twist because I think that everyone probably thought Jon Snow was going to kill him.
I know. I was.
And I'm fine.
I'm
fine with that kind of twist. I'm not fine with it ending with the Night King being dead with 3 episodes to go.
Well, yeah, I think they could have waited. I agree with that.
There's just no reason to watch the end. It's like, all right, so they're going to do some sneaky things. They're going to kill Cersei, and that's going to be the end.
Look how shiny.
Yeah.
By the way, this is Ellie's first medal.
Yeah.
And it's nice and shiny. Look
You know,
at
Stefany
that.
did too. Stefany actually, when she was approaching the finish line, she turned the stroller around and backed in so that Ellie would come in last.
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't do that.
That would have been really messed up if you did it.
Yeah, look how cute.
All right. I think we should sign off. Listen,
That's her cue.
the last thing I want to do, I mean, geez, we did our whole Game of Thrones thing here, but the last thing I want to do is I just want to thank all the sponsors from the
Yes.
Ordinary Marathon. And I know I'm not going to remember them all. So,
We're gonna right here.
crotch guard.
Right here.
Crotch guard. Oh, look at that. Ascension Multisport. Greasy Girl headbands. Grandma Junie has a potty mouth. Awesome. She was so great.
Yeah.
She was so great. She actually
And
auctioned
also,
off
can we
an
not
extra-
forget June Walker? Cause
That's
she...
Grandma Junie.
Oh, that's who did it? Oh, yeah, duh.
That's her. Turn around, please. I got more sponsors
Oh, okay.
on the back
Hold
of the
on.
shirt. Run for Your Life podcast. Melissa Kahn. Love you guys. Forever Home Running. How could I forget Scott Frassard? He's my partner in crime. Does an awesome job. Queen Bean Coffee. We still have to give away the Queen Bean gift basket. That's and then Fleet Feet Longmeadow. Fleet Feet. Tim and Jill. Awesome job today, man. Awesome job. We're gonna make this thing bigger and better every year, and I think that this year we've got a lot of partners that we added. I feel like, we had last year coming into this race, we had Scott Frassard, who we knew was a good dude, hard worker. Now we added Fleet Feet Longmeadow to do our 5K. We've added Nick and Laura from Ascension Multisport. Just a lot of really good people. Good people. So, looking forward to next year's race.
Me too.
And on that note, let's remember, what's my tagline?
I'm no expert.
Oh yeah. I always get confused now because I do the
What?
daily.
You've been doing... Oh.
Because I do the daily one, and that one's
And
different.
what do you say for the daily one?
That one's every day is an ordinary day, but it takes you to make it extraordinary. So this one, but this one is.
No, I've loved this one. So
yeah,
say it.
All right.
Say it.
Remember, when it comes to running, I'm no expert. I'm just ordinary. So are you. So are you.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.